So it's that time of year again. New year, new resolutions, new goals. And if part of your plan includes starting a business, but you don't know where to start, you're already overwhelmed by information and decision fatigue is real, then this video is for you. Here's the thing. The biggest mistake people make isn't starting their business too early. It's waiting for the perfect time. Hi, I'm Rihanna. I'm a qualified accountant who worked in audit, helped build systems in local government, and now I'm building my own business in real time. What I've learned is this. Starting a business isn't about motivation. It's about preparation, consistency, and structure. In this video, I'm walking you through 6 practical things to do before the end of the year. So you're not starting from confusion, but from clarity. And point 4, that's where most people go wrong without even realizing. To keep this practical, I'm using a simple framework called DECIDE. Not a rigid checklist, but as a way to organize your thinking before you start. You don't need to memorize it now. I'll bring it all together at the end. But grab a pen and paper if you can. There are some genuinely useful nuggets coming. So step 1, decide what you're building. Let's start at the beginning. If you don't know what you're building and why, every decision feels hard. You second guess yourself, you change direction constantly, and that's exhausting. So instead of jumping straight into products or platforms, pause and ask yourself, what problem do I actually want my business to solve? Why does that problem matter to me specifically? And why does that problem matter to others? And what do I want this business to make possible in my life? You don't need perfect answers, you just need some clarity. Look, when I started, I was chasing trends and trying to make money as quickly as possible, but I didn't have clarity on what problem I was solving or why it mattered to me. I was constantly consuming content, I was looking for reassurance, but I wasn't feeling connected to what I was building, and I was starting to feel drained by it. Once I sat down and actually thought through these questions, things started to shift. I knew my why, and I didn't need as much external validation or to copy trends anymore. Decisions and ideas started to come from me. And that's the difference that clarity can make. Step 2, evaluate your skills and experience. Now, this is where a lot of people underestimate themselves. Even if you've never run a business before, you're not starting from zero. A lot of people delay starting because they feel behind. They tell themselves, I started too late, I'm not an expert, who cares about what I have to say? But trust me, I've been there too. When you actually sit down and look at your experience, honestly, that story usually starts to fall apart. Everyone knows something and everyone has a unique perspective that can help others. Start to think about things like, what have I been responsible for over the years? And what problems have I solved repeatedly? What do people already trust me with? These aren't small things, these are signals. When I did this exercise, I realized I wasn't starting from zero at all. I had knowledge and experience to share from my own perspective. I used to downplay my experience because it all came from employment. But skills like planning, organization, and building systems absolutely carry over into business. I also realized I didn't need to have all the answers when I started. My business would evolve as I grew. Let's be honest, you will make mistakes, but mistakes aren't proof you shouldn't start. They're part of how you learn what works for you. Step 3, clarify your income targets. This is where a lot of anxiety lives. When money goals feel vague and income isn't guaranteed, it feels stressful. Your mind fills in the gaps with worst case scenarios. Trust me, I do this all the time. But instead of having vague goals like I want to make more money, get practical. Ask yourself, how much income do I need each month to cover my basic expenses? What would a comfortable month look like to me? What would my ideal monthly income be? These aren't goals to pressure yourself with, they're just reference points. When I started tracking my income and expenses properly, I felt a lot less stressed. The numbers were tiny, but I knew what they were. I could see what was working and what needed more focus and when to actually pivot. That's why I built the business income and expense tracker, not to complicate things, but to give you something solid to look at when your emotions and fear kick in. Just a quick side note. If you're enjoying this content, please subscribe and like this video so the algorithm can push it out to more people like you. And drop a comment if you have any questions or suggestions. Right, let's get back to it. Step 4, focus your effort so it actually converts. This is where people burn out quietly. You can feel yourself doing a lot, like posting on social media, paying for ads, writing blog posts, but you're not sure what is actually working. And each task drains you slowly, and you don't know if it's really creating leads or conversions. So here's the truth. Doing more doesn't automatically mean earning more. So instead of spreading yourself thin, simplify. Choose one main platform, create a posting schedule that fits your lifestyle, experiment with content, maybe try different content types or posting frequencies, and watch what leads to real outcomes. Not just likes, not just views, actual conversions, conversations, inquiries, and sales. When I stopped trying to be everywhere, I felt less burnt out and more motivated because I could see actual progress. When you see progress, even small progress, motivation follows naturally. Step 5. Design simple systems and routines. This is about protecting your energy and your time. Like, motivation comes and goes, but systems do not. If every day you're deciding what to do, when to do it, you'll burn out fast. Good systems remove that friction and create time for you to focus on what really generates income. So start to ask yourself things like, how do I want my week to look? What tasks need to happen regularly? And what routines help me stay consistent, even on low energy days? When I introduce simple routines into my business, like using my business income and expense tracker weekly, I stopped relying on how motivated I felt and just followed the plan. And those same systems you're setting up today will make it easier to outsource later because someone else can step in and follow the process. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Step 6, envision your future self. Now, this is where everything connects and comes together. A lot of people struggle not because that business idea isn't good, but because they didn't think about how the business would fit into their life long term. So pause and think. What do I want my work days to look like? How much energy do I realistically have? What do I want the business to support in my life? When you plan with your future self in mind, not just your current motivation, you make better decisions. A sustainable business should support your life, not compete with it. So, if part of your New Year plan is to start a new business, don't try and do everything at once. Just decide. Decide what you're building and why. Evaluate your skills and experience. Clarify your income targets. Identify what drives results. Design simple systems and envision your future self. If you do this now, you won't start January feeling overwhelmed. You'll start prepared. The goal isn't just to start a business, it's to build one that doesn't burn you out or make you resent the journey. Now, hopefully that helps. And if you want to go deeper, watch these videos.